Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jay here, PositiveSarcasm.com. It is approximately 6:30 in the morning, crossing over the bridge into Palm Beach, Florida. It is 6:30 in the morning. I got my Red Bull, my drone on my back, heading into Palm Beach. Look at that lovely weather. We're supposed to have hurricanes, but I don't think we're going to see that for at least a few days. So you're probably going to see me in the sun. Why am I talking so much? It's probably the Red Bull, especially at this time in the morning. And I'm not going to... Normally, I'm not a big fan of Florida. But that's because I spent most of my time, if I wasn't at Disney World running away crying from Mickey Mouse, it was because I spent it all on the West Coast. And the West Coast is probably one of the more depressing areas in the U.S. There's really nothing to do. You're always getting pulled over by the cops. Once you leave maybe Tampa or Venice, it's just boring. So there's really nothing to do. I got to make sure that when I talk to this thing, I'm not too close. I don't want to be like Frank Prizanzano on Instagram. When you cook the lasagna, you make sure you got the oil on high heat. I want to keep it far away. Far away. Yeah, I got the big Red Bull. But I wanted to share some good mornings with you and just give you an update on what's going on. Sunday, I got a beach day. Gotta be jacked up for that. And then Monday, I got the bar mitzvah. If you want to know more about a bar mitzvah, you can Google it. I don't need to explain religious stuff to you, okay? But it is an absolutely beautiful day. I don't like taking selfies, so I figured I'd share a video with you, a more informational one, before I jump into this week's vlog. Per usual, I generally don't know what the hell it's going to be about. I generally just shoot the footage, wait a couple days in disgust, and put it all together later, and it comes out halfway decent.
See that? Look at that. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Wait, there it is. See that?
All we ever wanted is to feel alone, fading in moonlight, and the time's so right. We all share this moment and the bliss of life, so just hold on tight in this world of life.
Coconut, palm tree, birds, lizard, mango, 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 mangoes.
Great story. Compelling and rich.
Well, this is awkward.
So welcome.
This big around and about that long, and he's got a big, like under his chin, he's got like a big orange fan. And when he wants to show off, I guess, or look big.
And he was just eating, and I was like, I got some really good shots. I got a zoom up of him, and then I'm like, all right, I'm good.
There's a thing that goes out into the water, like a seawall, where there was some kind of a structure years ago.
When I was about 14 or 15, I went to the Bahamas with my parents. There was a lot of cool stuff down there, fruit and stuff lying around. I found a coconut when I was down there. For some reason, I wanted to bring it back to the United States, and fruit is not exactly one of those things that goes very well with customs. So you kind of have to hide it in your bag. Me being 14 or 15, I didn't really know any better. I took the coconut and I put it in a pair of jeans. I don't know why I brought jeans with me to the Bahamas of all places, but I did. I smuggled that coconut in the crotch pocket of my jeans and successfully got it back to America. And here we are, 15 years later. Coconut.
Great story.
What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you.
Downtown Delray Beach post dinner. I am absolutely stuffed, but I'm getting gelato anyways.
What a
I think you just buy it and then you go home and you kill yourself.
wonderful world.
Good morning, ladies and genitals. It's Jay here, PositiveSarcasm.com. Be sure to subscribe to my channel on YouTube for all the latest updates and stuff that doesn't make any sense. If you can't find my YouTube channel, you're probably not very bright. It is just before 7 o'clock here, and I'm a little smoother mentally than the last time I did this bag vlog because I'm not jacked up on Red Bull. I actually just had a little bit of a French roast and I'm still bloated off of the hey, don't drive so fast. I'm a little bloated from the macaroons I stuffed down my gills last night. Traveling with your gear in order to whether you're doing it as a hobbyist or you do it as your livelihood business, not that difficult, okay? As far as what I have right now, the gear, I have flying gear on my back and I have my camera in my hand. And then I've got my phone as well, okay? So I can shoot in 4K, I can shoot in 1080p at 60 frames per second, and I have my drone which weighs almost nothing and is actually posture-wise quite good for my back. If you guys know me, I don't have the best posture. Generally when I have the best posture, I'm in a theater covered in protan standing in front of 1,500 people. You don't need the highest quality gear. You don't need the most expensive gear. All right, basically, if you are going out and spending money on a Sony Alpha or a Nikon D500 or whatever, or a Canon Rebel or the new Panasonic Lumix, you're spending way too much money if you're going to be doing this as a side hobby, or even if you were looking to get paid for it. You don't need to be spending $500, $700, $1,000 on just the camera itself. Generally, if you're going to be shooting video, they still make high-definition camcorders in 1080p that shoot up to 50, 60 frames per 60 frames per second, okay? And 1080p is not obsolete yet, okay? Granted, you're seeing a lot of 4K televisions out there, okay, but that's 4K television. You're sitting in front of that thing for over 2 hours watching Autobots fight each other. Generally, when people are watching your YouTube videos or your Instagram videos, they're not watching them in 4K, okay? Most of the time, they're actually watching them in 480p. Because bandwidth-wise, most of the areas that these people are watching, they're not going to be able to achieve 4K, and if they can achieve 4K, which is not actually a problem, the bandwidth the stream is going to crap out, and they're going to have actually a hard time getting through your entire video, whether it's 1 minute long or 10 minutes long, without the video having to buffer so it can get the rest of the information. So, let me put it blankly. Most of the stuff that people are watching on your channels are not going to be in 4K. They may not even be in 1080p unless they're watching on a laptop with a high bandwidth. So generally, when they're watching your crap, it's not that high resolution, but it does look very pretty. So I would always recommend buying a 1080p digital camera, a digital camera that shoots in 1080p, or maybe still 720. I'd recommend 1080. This camera, go to Target. It's about $200. You can get a nicer one for about $220, $240. But if you have a Target card, you get about 5% back. What do you think about that? 5% back, cost me about $180. So you got an entire digital camera setup. You can shoot in 1080. You can take really nice pictures, about 9 megapixels. If you want something nicer, Nikon came out with a new point and shoot, which is absolutely beautiful. It's silver. It's got a huge zoom on it. Would I live on the west coast of Florida? The answer is a 100% resounding no. Do not live on the west coast of Florida. I don't care if you're talking about Tampa Bay or whatever. Don't live in west coast Florida. It's a complete waste of time. As far as living in the east coast of Florida, starting with Palm Beach, yes, from what I've seen the last few days I've spent here, I could actually see myself living in Palm Beach, even though I'm a miserable dick.